My access requirements are somewhat minimal in comparison to other people that may have cerebral palsy. This is because my manifestation of CP is actually pretty mild. I have ataxic cerebral palsy, and this affects me in a couple of ways. I walk with a limp, I have bad balance and poor dexterity. The main access requirement I need is a note taker or a scribe in certain settings, like a lecture or a discussion. It just means I can completely focus on the matter at hand and not have my attention taken away from the importance of what's going on. Physical access that I may need is access to like a lift in a building where there's a lot of stairs. My manifestation of CP means that I am susceptible to being fatigued from time to time, so it's good to have lift access.
My access requirements are supportive seating and comfortable seating, frequent rest breaks as my impairments cause chronic pain and chronic fatigue, and clear, timely and compassionate communication when it comes to my mental illnesses.
My impairment is called optic atrophy, and for me that means that I have no peripheral vision and very limited central vision. So an example of what I can see is when I'm reading, I can only see one letter at a time clearly, so I have to be constantly scanning and it's very exhausting. So an access requirement that I need for that is any documents that I need to read should be sent to me digitally, and it should be compatible with the software that I use to read the text out loud.
I do need I need to be told things in small sections of information, mostly at two at a time, rather than all at once. Because if you tell me it all at once, I will get overwhelmed and not annoyed, but I will get overwhelmed and very anxious. And also as well, if I'm working in a public space or a rehearsal room and there is a fire drill or a fire alarm test planned, because my specific Asperger's causes sensory issues with sound and sometimes lights, I do need to be told about, fire drills or fire alarm tests, because if I don't, and it goes off, I will not necessarily get a bit overwhelmed, but I will get very, very anxious and very uncomfortable very quickly. But in terms of the cerebral palsy, I do need, if it's in an upstairs venue, the event or workshop, I do need access to a lift, because I don't have the best balance. I'm actually a wheelchair user. I can walk, but not that far without getting very tired.
My access requirements usually are warnings before any loud noises happen or any sudden lighting changes, and then if it's a prolonged rehearsal period, I also generally need a breakout space that I can go to that will have no one else in it, that is always available to me, that I can just go to when I'm feeling overwhelmed and not be questioned before I go.